Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Cover. Today we're going to do another 1-2 punch of the Invaders, because you know I've been knee-deep in the Invaders run. I went on and filled all the gaps I needed to complete the collection of my Invaders, and I've been trying to, now that the holidays are done, trying to find some time to get through and read some of them, and I will be bringing you folks, alongside Bill occasionally, into some of these classic comics and go through some of these cool storylines, because a lot of them, there's very few. That's why I'm doing two today, again, because there's very few that are actually a single issue storyline, as you've already seen from some of the previous episodes. So, and even this one, I'm going to give you some inside looks at two of the Invaders issues that are a continuing story. But in between these, the story kind of continues in Marvel Premiere number 29 and 30. So it goes, so we've got Invaders number 5, okay, which of course you see the return of the Red Skull. So this continues in Marvel Premiere number 29, which is the debut issue of the Liberty Legion. And then it jumps back to issue number 6, where the Invaders battle the Liberty Legion, and then it finishes in Marvel Premiere number 30. I don't have either one of those, so I don't even know what the final result of this is, right? But we're going to take you through these real quick. So here, very cool cover, of course. This is a Kirby cover, along with, Kirby, and I'm trying to look and see who else Kirby and Sinnott, perhaps. Perhaps, I think that might be the case. Definitely know Jack Kirby had something to do with this cover. The Red Skull, back from the dead. But on the inside, this is interesting, because most of this run was drawn by Frank Robbins, right? You know how I feel about Frank Robbins. He's not one of my favorite artists at all. But these stories are so damn good. I love the characters, and the covers are so great. I'm really trying to overlook how much I don't like Frank Robbins' artwork. But in this issue, you got Roy Thomas, editor, Rich Buckler and Dick Ayers did the artwork. Jim Mooney did the inks, right? Phil Rachelson, colorist, and John Costanza, letter. So right off the bat, you get totally different looking art here, and arguably very much better. But, you know, for much of the series, it was Frank Robbins, so he just kind of got stuck on this series and continued on, and, you know, you either loved it or you didn't, right? And when I was a kid, I hated the Invaders because I just couldn't deal with his artwork, and through much of my adult life, I felt the same. But in recent months, I've just been kind of like, you know what, I just love these characters, and, you know, these are really great stories, and I'm like, so I'm just trying to, like, overlook the artwork here. But basically, here you have, you know, like, what is going on? Why are the Invaders, like, busting up a hangar and attacking U.S. troops? The troops don't understand what's going on, and all of a sudden, the Invaders, you got Subby and Cap and the Human Torch and Toro are all just like, you know, down with America, or we're fighting for the Hitler and the Nazis now and whatnot, and just totally destroying things. And right now, we're basically saying, what is up? These are not our heroes. What can possibly be going on? And they're just destroying all sorts of shit, right? And it's not good. Something's got to be behind all of this, right? So then we find shortly thereafter, coming over the radio stations and the TV stations. Actually, did we have TV in 1943 or whatever this is? Yeah, I guess we did, right? Very early TV. The Red Skull comes on and basically says that the Invaders have now moved over to the German side, and they're going to bit by bit destroy all of the Allied powers. And so you got the president and the people in government are kind of like, what are we going to do now? You know, our heroes turned their back on us. Something's definitely wrong here. So then we go back a few days. Let's go back in time, and you've got the Invaders coming back from some battles in Europe, right? They're meeting with the government and, you know, thinking about next assignments and whatnot. So everything seems kind of normal, right? The president and some of the Congress people say, you know, we've got this whole push to buy war bonds, you know, because the more people buy war bonds, it pays for the war. And so can you guys help us promote buying the war bonds? And basically the heroes all say, yes, we'll do that, right? So they have this whole parade, right, trying to push the sales of war bonds. And then, you know, all of a sudden at this parade, a bunch of Hitler's men show up What is going on? What could possibly be happening? Of course, a fight ensues, right? Into action we go. But appearing out of nowhere, the Red Skull. What is going on? Why is he here? You should be dead, Cap says. I should have suspected, you know. So then basically he's in this, his image appears over the skies in like this kind of circular, kind of like whatever you want to call it. So they all go on the attack. Right? They start the torches, start throwing torch bombs in there, right? Nothing's working. They go flying in. They disappear into this kind of like, air thing, whatever. Subby goes in next. He disappears. Cap is next. He disappears. They're all left but Bucky. And he's left standing. It's like, hey, what about me? Aren't you interested in me? Whatever, because Bucky's part of the team, right? And the Red Skull says, you vain, foolish boy, did you truly think the mighty Red Skull, scourge of the 2 continents, cared about you? You have no special powers or abilities like the others. You were merely a mascot, a camp follower, and I have no use for you. Rather, you shall remain behind, a living reminder of the vanished invaders, till the U.S. next beholds its former champions and cringes at the sight. Wait a minute, come back here, you dirty. Too late, kid, he's gone. He just ignored me like I was an ant, not even worth stepping on. So, of course, he's all traumatized by this. But then he breaks into a meeting with the president and some higher-ups in government here and says, we need to go get them. We need to form a plan. They're like, kid, you're just a kid, whatever. So he walks out. But Bucky's got some ideas, right? He's got some ideas on things that they can do. So that will be for the Marvel premiere, issue number 29, debut of the Liberty Legion. So he goes to go find other heroes that maybe we can figure out what to do here. I'm assuming not much goes on in that issue because maybe it's more like an introduction of the characters in the Liberty Legion, but the story does pick up back here in Invaders number 6. Okay, great, another great Kirby cover. That's a Kirby Cynic cover for sure because it says so. So here you have the big battle between the Invaders and the Liberty Legion. So, and here we're back to Frank Robbins and Vince Colletta on the art and inks, right? So, back to this. So after the great artwork in the previous issue, you're into this kind of weird shaped arms and joints and strange shaped heads, and the Red Skull looks like E.T., right? Whatever. But according to the papers, the Invaders are still missing, believed to be under the control of arch-Nazi Red Skull. So here we've got Bucky, who has gone out of his way to find members of the Liberty Legion. Okay. And they tell you to go check back Marvel Premiere number 29. So here we've got the Patriot, we've got the Red Raven, we've got the Thin Man, we've got the Wizard, we've got Miss America, and Blue Diamond, and Jack Frost. Okay, so you can see all of them here. I mean, just look at the weird ways that like the legs and the arms are just going ways that they shouldn't be going. That's one of the main issues I have with Frank Robbins is like the anatomy does not work correctly. And then some of the faces. I mean, look at Bucky over here. I mean, some of the faces just are off. It's strange. But he knows how to draw action, right? So that's the one thing that Frank Robbins is very good at. So here, Bucky has assembled all of the Liberty Legion. Well, they're called the Liberty Legion now. Disassembled a new team with the intent that they're going to go, defend the U.S. and then take back the invaders, right? So let's go get them. And so here, in the meantime, they're going to do what they need to do, fight crime, right? Liberty Legion team smashes Spy Ring, right? And by the way, the Thin Man apparently is, all these characters go back to the 40s, but these are real characters from the 40s. The Thin Man actually predated DC's Plastic Man. Okay, so I guess he was the first kind of stretchy guy. And here you see that the other invaders, they're all kind of on ice there. They're under the control of the Red Skull. Red Skull looking ridiculous. Yeah, it's this. My problem is this doesn't look much like a skull, right? He looks more. He looks like E.T. to me with red. He just looks kind of ridiculous. Got to look like a skull here, And then of course he's chastising members of his team there. One of them he just has shot, right? Just like that. He wants to know he means business. Okay. And he starts communicating with folks saying, I shall, what does it say here? Actong America, this is the Red Skull once more answering the challenge of the decadent Liberty Legion. I shall send the invaders against them and the following doomed American landmarks: Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the grotesque Statue of Liberty, and the Lincoln Memorial in your own nation's capital. It's like, so, of course, he's going to send them to go and destroy all sorts of things in the U.S. So the Liberty Legion, let's go, Legion. Time to go fight. All right. First battle happens here by the Statue of Liberty. I mean, look at Namor. Does that look like Namor to you? No, it doesn't. Ridiculous. So, of course, Namor goes to attack and destroy the Statue of Liberty. Jack Frost thwarts that. He goes and ices him all up. And then, of course, the Diamond guy goes, smashes into him, breaks Namor out of the ice into the water. Of course, what happens when that happens? Namor gets back to full power once again, realizes he shouldn't have done that. Okay. Classic Frank Robbins, good, bad, or ugly, right? Now here the battle continues. Cap against the Patriot. Miss America comes in. Back and forth. And, of course, as it's not really going the invaders' way, Cap seems like he's kind of slipping out of the control of the Red Skull. Red Skull's back in his brain again. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. And this kind of happens throughout this. So however he's got this mind control over them. So here we got the torches, There's the Wizard, right? So again, not really working out too well in the invaders' favor because they're doing this against their own will, and the Liberty Legion is being pretty smart about it. So here the battle continues. But now, of course, we've got the thin man, and Bucky back at headquarters, and it looks like the only one that got away, has found out where they are, is the Human Torch, and he is on his way. So the big finale happens in Marvel Premiere number 30. Like I said, I don't have that. I plan on getting that, so maybe we'll have another episode in the upcoming weeks where we can kind of tidy up this whole storyline there. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. No, not all that. All the Sea of Tranquility stuff. I'm so used to saying that. We just got the Sea of Tranquility merch pages down below. We can get a comic book geezer shirt and a coffee mug and stuff. But do come visit us over on Sea of Tranquility. It's all about music over there. So if you're a music fan, come check us out. And stay tuned. We've got on Friday, I'll have another episode. I'll have 3 for you on Friday, 3 from the Invaders. It's another 3-part storyline with the introduction of Union Jack and Baron Blood. Really good three issues there. So that should be really, really cool. And I'll be able to show you the start and the tie-up to the whole story. So till then, I'm Pete Bartle. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.